Hey guys, this is Ian from INFJ. Today we're going to do a INFP and INFJ video as suggested by Erin Servey. So Aiden is our INFP.
Hi.
And Paige is our INFJ.
How's it going?
So you're both INFs.
Yep.
Do you find that you guys are more sensitive? Would you consider yourself sensitive?
I would probably consider myself more sensitive than most people, just because I'm more in touch with my emotions and what emotions other people are feeling, and I feel like I have more understanding of what everyone's feeling, and then I can more easily empathize.
Yeah,
with that.
yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I think so. Sort of like, yeah, in a similar way. Like, I know, yeah, often I have that problem with, like, feeling other people's emotions and that, and sort of, like, you know, getting, like, certain feelings, like someone, sort of, like, almost having, I don't know, like, insider perspective, that, or something like that. Yeah, I thought it was kind of weird that people thought like that. I feel like that, I suppose I'd have to be other people to know if they think like that or not. Yeah, I don't know if that's sensitivity or if that, it's just something that I do.
Yeah.
Did you grow up thinking that other people felt emotions the same way as you? Or did you always know other people were different, or...?
I don't know about you, but I kind of, when I was younger, I wasn't as emotional, and it kind of happened as I got older.
Right.
So like, it was kind of like a gradual process.
Yeah, I think I was the same as well. Because I remember being quite cold and logical, like, when I was a little kid. Like, I grew up as an INTJ, and then, like, the F happened, like, somewhere, you know, in there. Yeah, it can be a bit annoying sometimes. Yeah.
So what about you guys being emotional? How does that play into things? Do you find that you're overly emotional and not emotional enough?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. I have done things like, for example, you know, like the Fall Now styles, you know, that. You know, not even that, just sort of like, I don't know, typical events, things that might happen, and then reacting emotionally, whereas other people don't, and I find that really weird.
Yeah.
So I think it's like stuff like that. Yeah, probably a bit of a dodgy example.
Yeah.
But it's like, you kind of have that feeling. It's like, how do you not feel connected with this thing? It's like, how do you not,
So you have more empathy than other people, you know?
I think so, yeah. But yeah, it feels that way anyway.
What
was the question again?
What do you feel like you're more emotional than other people?
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, definitely more emotional.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a two-way thing. It can either be a good thing, and it can easily make me feel more happy in certain circumstances than other people. But then also when I get low, I don't know what the word is. When I'm feeling low, it can bring me down even worse than other people. So it's kind of like
Would you say the good emotions outweigh the bad ones, or would you rather not have as many emotions at all?
It really depends on. I'd say they outweigh the negative ones.
Yeah, I think that word emotional, it seems like it carries like a bit of a negative connotation, like sort of having like mood swings and like being out of control on that. I think for me personally, like I don't feel like they're out of control, but I feel them to like extremes, you know? Like that sort of thing. Like it's rarely ever sort of like a mild, like I'm either like sort of ecstatic or like raging or like you know, that sort of thing.
So would you consider yourself to have rational emotions instead of just being emotional?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, there's always like a reason for it. You
told me, we were speaking about a while back, about how you found other people's emotions gross sometimes, like disgusting emotions. Do you want to explain that?
It's just kind of the feeling like I have with some people. You know how people, like some of them, they're uncomfortable with like their emotions. It's like insecurity, I think. That makes me really uncomfortable, and I can feel it a lot when I hang around certain people. I won't say who. But it's sort of like when they feel like conflicted or that sort of thing, or like they don't understand how they feel. It just feels gross. Like it's like a weird thing. That makes me really uncomfortable. I don't like that.
Do you get the same thing, Aiden?
So pretty much what you're saying is
like
people who aren't understanding of what they're feeling, kind of.
And just like feeling what other people feel.
Of people who don't. So what?
It's just like generally feeling like anything that other people feel, but also like that when they're sort of uncomfortable, like insecurity.
I don't know.
Yeah, you haven't really experienced it.
I don't think so, no.
Yeah.
Well, what about when you see, because you guys are genuinely emotional, what about when you see someone who's fake emotional, like, oh my goodness, you look so pretty, or something like that?
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, don't like that.
Yes,
That
yes,
is like the
yeah.
opposite of what you guys are. 'Cause
Yeah.
If you say something, you'll mean it.
Yeah.
But that's just kind of like the, oh, I'm saying this because that's what you say, but I don't necessarily have
Yeah.
any feeling
Yeah.
behind
Yeah.
it. I'm gonna smile and pretend I like this person when
Oh
I
my gosh.
Yeah.
That's why I think that's why like passive aggression makes me legitimately angry.
Yeah.
Like I want to slap people who do that. Oh,
Yeah.
it's like be how you feel.
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
Yeah.
Oh.
What do you think of that stuff, Aiden?
Passive
Passive aggressive and the
aggressiveness.
fake emotion.
Yeah.
And
I don't know, was it you who said that I would, if I was to ever get angry at someone, I would be passive aggressive? So I don't know.
You'd be sarcastically passive
Yeah.
aggressive.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I guess it does annoy me when someone's got like a problem with something, and they don't actually own up to dealing with it and
Yeah.
telling people what they're doing wrong. Instead, they kind of just give subtle hints or whatever.
So you don't like when people like beat around the bush.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm.
yeah.
For me, I use a metaphor. It's kind of like my emotions like this bowl of like pristine water. It's like someone just gets mud and just chucks the mud in there and it gets all murky and it's just
Yeah.
gross. It's like,
Yeah.
and there's no way to get rid of it. You just have to just like wait for it to leave.
Gosh. Yeah. I think it's one of the perils of being introvert. You know.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you guys relate to being introverts? Do you find that you are more introverted than most people? And how does that affect you socially?
Yeah, I think me personally, there's certain people I can be around with like for a while. Like I think it depends on the setting as well. Like I know, like we just did the horror week where we played video games and that for like a week. I felt okay after that. I was pretty burnt out by the end. But then I've spent a day with friends and then gone to see a movie and then like stayed up really late and just had been completely just like sort of spent.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. So yeah, in that sense, I definitely can't spend too much time like active and being energetic in that. But in short bursts, yeah, it's good then.
Yeah.
I find that when I'm, depending on who I'm around, if I'm around people who are generally more quiet, I tend to fill in the role of being the extrovert, and I feel like I've got my...
Yeah.
I don't really get exhausted socially for a long time, but then if I'm around the opposite and people are more outgoing, I just get burnt out.
Yeah, so quick.
Yeah. How do you guys find that affects you socially? Do you find you have fewer friends because of that, or
do you seek out a certain type of people to be friends with?
Yeah. I think I've always been a social butterfly. Like my mum told me that when I was little, like I'd just have so many spend all of my time at other people's houses. Just sort of talking to everyone and that.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's limited my friends. I think it's just sort of changed like the demographic, I guess, like the people who I go for.
Yeah.
It also influences the activities because like I can't spend go to a club and then stay up late and then go to a movie, do loud things like that.
Yeah.
It's usually just more sort of chill.
Yeah.
Tweed jacket stuff.
Yeah.
Tweed jacket stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you?
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, like tweed. It's like stereotypical writer, philosopher, like tweed. You know, they wear the tweed jackets.
Just don't worry.
Anyway, let's
move on.
What was the question again, sir?
Do you find that being introverted means you have less friends, or you have a certain type of friends that you are drawn towards? Or?
Well, I feel I'm more drawn to not the large groups of people, and more drawn to the closer, more
tightly
Close.
meshed.
tightly meshed groups of friends, other than the big groups of people who kind of everyone's just, they don't really know each other that personally, and it's kind of a bit shallow relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you prefer to have a small group of close friends and a big group of
Extroverted senses.
or a big group of people we don't know too well.
Yeah.
Yeah. My best friend's at INFP. I have no idea how that happened. Yeah. Weird.
So do you guys have any final thoughts on being NFs in the world, or how you guys are similar, I guess, or different?
Yeah, it can get difficult when everything's sort of really left-brained. Like, I get really tired of that, like, everything being sort of logical and, like, numbers and that, because there's sort of no colour or, like, life in it. It's just sort of monotone, you know, like black and white things.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I suppose in that aspect it's difficult, but like Hercule Syndrome, you don't want to be too much like that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you find as male NFs that you feel a lot of pressure from society to be like ESTJs, to be different?
Yeah, a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wet ears.
Do you feel pressured anymore? Like, really? Oh, I'm a manly man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sticks. Anyway.
I don't know, I reckon now that like from like maybe 20 years ago, I reckon it would have been more like that. But I reckon now in society, I've never really felt that at all. Like people pressuring me to be like.
Okay.
Yeah. It's much more liberal now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The internet.
Yeah, the internet, yeah. Thanks for being part of the video, guys.
No worries.
If you guys have any questions or suggestions, feel free to message them or comment below. See you later.
Bye.